Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I figured we'd do some videos up here on the hill. This is my backyard here. Beautiful spot. I love being out here, and it's going to even be better because hopefully next year we're going to dig out this area back here. You already see this little like livestock pit that's there, a little pond. We're going to create a great big farm pond, and so I can't wait for that. And so this view is going to get better, but it's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly out, and it's a little bit too noisy in the shop because I've got a crew that's building the barn dominium right now, which is looking pretty sweet, and they're making a ton of noise, which is music to my ears. Progress, man, make all the noise you want over there. As long as we're making progress, that's all good. But anyways, today I wanted to do a video about my favorite drop shot worm colors, because you know I just don't talk about a drop shot near enough, and it is such a effective tool for a variety of situations, and it's way too good for me not to do more content on it. So I wanted to dive into it. With the drop shot, I keep it pretty simple as far as the overall rig that I use, the way I rig it, the tackle that I use, and then also the baits that I throw with it, and also the way I throw it. To be honest, it's not my favorite technique. In fact, it's one of my least favorite techniques overall, just because I think it's a little bit on the boring side. For some people, Carolina rigs are boring. For me, the drop shot is a little bit more boring for some situations, but I am warming up to it, believe me. Living on the TVA, it seems like the drop shot is one of the most consistent catchers or producers during the summer months, especially since we're seeing a lot of pressure out there on the ledges. So a drop shot has actually been a huge player, and I've really warmed up to it in that scenario. But also up north, smallmouth fishing, drop shot's not even a finesse technique at that point. With the smallmouth, it is a blast to throw. So over the last few years, probably the last 5 years, I've really thrown a drop shot way more than I ever have. And that's kind of a weird thing for somebody from California to say, because California is not where it originated. It originated in Japan, but California and that West Coast scene is really where it started getting utilized first in the US. But anyways, so first off, let's talk about the overall drop shot setup. Okay, so here is my basic drop shot setup. Now the rod changes quite a bit just based on the type of fishing I'm doing. Like for instance, on Lake Chickamauga or fishing the TVA, I'm going to go to a 7.2 medium heavy versus spinning rod, and I just need something with a little bit more backbone for the big largemouth here, and sometimes I'm trying to fight them away from like brush or cover or something like that. Need a little bit more of that oomph to get them away from that cover. But if I'm going up north, or I'm finesse fishing for spots or smallmouth, this rod right here, this is a 7.3 medium spinning action or spinning rod. It's the all-purpose series from Fitzgerald. This one's a really good drop shot rod overall, and definitely for fighting big smallmouth. It has a good amount of flex to it. And just overall seems to keep them pegged. Now, I'm a power fisherman, so I don't like a rod that has a lot of flex in it, but with a drop shot, it's very, very beneficial when you're fighting big fish that are really aggressive, and the smallmouth definitely fit that bill. So 7.3 medium heavy, the spinning rod, all-purpose series, and the 7.2 medium heavy Versa series are the two primary drop shot rods I use, and I throw a couple others in the mix too. If I just happen to be lazy, I pick one up and it kind of fits the bill, like the 610 medium heavy Versa, or even the 7-foot medium all-purpose. All those are going to do pretty well. So the rod changes quite a bit, but the rest of the tackle doesn't change all that much. As far as the reel goes, I'm going to be using I like the Sonar S4000 spinning reel for most techniques. The S3000 is going to work perfect. Anything within in those ranges, I just like the bigger rod or the bigger reel for you know, for my use. That's my preference. And I end up filling that spool with 20-pound test flash green Seaguar Smackdown. Okay, I like that flash green. I can see it, you know, I can detect, you know, a little bit more subtle bites, things like that, and so I like that. But then I tie a pretty long leader of gold label fluorocarbon onto that, and that can range anywhere from, you know, a 6-pound test all the way up to 12-pound test sometimes. But yeah, I'm going to be putting that gold label leader on there. I generally will pull, you know, 4 arm lengths, so that's about 24 feet, something like that. And so that I want a long leader. I don't want those fish, especially in clear water, to see that braid. But and then the hook that I'm going to be using, I love just using just a nose hook most of the time. You know, the only exception is if I'm fishing, you know, in brush or something like that, and then I might go to like one of those straight shank drop shot hooks that are popular. But my favorite hook is by far the #2 DSR 132 from Hayabusa. I just love that hook. You know, you really don't need to go to very big hooks with a drop shot. In fact, I tend to keep my fish pegged better on these little drop shot hooks like this. And then as far as the weight goes, you know, I usually use heavier weights than most people do with drop shots. I hear guys talk about, you know, throwing the lightest weight, you know, throwing an 1/8 ounce a lot. Man, I'm not patient enough to be throwing an 1/8 ounce. I want to feel I want to maintain contact to the bottom. I want to feel that rig. So I'm usually not going any lighter than like 3/16 or you know, so I'm usually not going any lighter than 3/16, but usually 1/4 ounce is my favorite for, you know, that 5 to 12 foot range, and then I get, you know, a little bit heavier as we go, and sometimes I go up to like 1/2 ounce or more for deep smallmouth up north. So and then the leader length is, you know, it changes from time to time. I'm not too crazy specific with it. Between 12 and 18 inches is pretty standard for most situations. But that is the rig. But let's talk about the colors that I like to use with the drop shot, because there's really only 3 that I use the majority of the time, and variations of these 3. Okay, because Z-Man, you know, I use majority of the time. I'm going to be using Z-Man Elastec for drop shotting. I think it's just a superior material overall. It's got a lot of buoyancy, so it doesn't, like, the tail doesn't just want to, you know, flatten out and sink down. The whole bait is just, you know, quivering there, kind of suspended in the water column, which is what you want with a drop shot. But a lot of their colors vary from some of the other popular colors on the market, so I'll kind of go through, you know, those different variations. But the very first color that I want to talk about is most commonly known as Morning Dawn. But the Z-Man version of Morning Dawn is called Twilight. Okay, and as you can see here, it's got a little bit of a purple hue on the back, nice, you know, kind of pink, transparent pink coloration on the belly. This color right here, I started throwing when I was a kid in California for spotted bass, and I thought that it was pretty much localized to spotted bass fishing in California. But as soon as I I came over here, you know, I started throwing just traditional, more natural colors like green pumpkin or you know, some of the other colors that are popular on the East Coast. But I soon found out, you know, moving especially the TVA, that bass, including largemouth, especially largemouth, love this color. So like when it's a little bit dirtier and during the summertime on the TVA, this is actually one of my 2 favorite colors to throw overall on a drop shot. And so whenever I'm fishing the TVA or fishing for spots, or I don't fish it with smallmouth all that much, to be honest, but you know, largemouth and spots just absolutely love this color, and I'm sure that smallmouth do too. But usually when I'm targeting smallmouth, you know, using more green pumpkin colors to imitate goby, things like that. But Twilight or Morning Dawn, really good color for, you know, slightly, you know, stained water, and also spotted bass and fishing the TVA. You know, the Morning Dawn and Twilight are killer colors. And you know what? I hear about people throwing Morning Dawn and of course Twilight all over the place. So I really think that the scope of the effectiveness of that color variation is I mean, much wider than I think. You know, you could probably use it just about anywhere and get them to bite it. So that is one of the first colors that I'm going to be throwing for a lot of different situations. The next one is going to be what Z-Man calls Meat Dog, but one that is very similar but not exactly the same is Margarita Mutilator. So Margarita Mutilator and Meat Dog are very similar. They've kind of got some of the same kind of you know, color notes to them, and really it's all about kind of that purple coloration. Okay, so Meat Dog is a little bit special. It's kind of got this transparent greenish, you know, maybe motor oil-ish color on the top, and then you've got this purple flash on the bottom. And Margarita Mutilator is a little bit more heavy on the deep purple, and it has a little bit of brown in it, but they're still very similar. Margarita Mutilator, just like Morning Dawn and Twilight, and is a really good TVA color. So again, it seems like during the ledge months, you know, May, June, July, August, those are the only 2 colors I'm going to be throwing on lakes like Chickamauga or Guntersville, or you know, the Twilight or Meat Dog. You know, those 2 colors, man, I really don't go wrong with them. And one day they might want one over the other. Some days they'll eat both of them just as good, but for some reason both of those colors are just killer on the TVA. But in general, these you know, Meat Dog is going to be also a pretty versatile color just all throughout the summer. It's one of my favorite summertime colors. I think purple for some reason appeals to bass during the summertime months. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just my confidence with that color and just using it for so long, but it works really good. So this is another one that I reach for. And then finally, we've got the good standby green pumpkin. All right, green pumpkin, it doesn't matter what category of soft plastic or Elastec baits you're using, you need to have green pumpkin as part of your arsenal. I mean, it's just such a versatile color. It works in dirty water, it works in clear water, works for all 3 species of bass. It's just a workhorse of a color. And so if I'm fishing a lake and I don't know what, you know, if they'll eat the Twilight or the Meat Dog, or you know, Morning Dawn or Margarita Mutilator, I'll reach for green pumpkin because it's just a confidence color. It's and again, it works in a lot of different situations. So if you're looking for an all-around the best color for your drop shot, or really most worm fishing in general, green green pumpkin is going to be the one. And again, I use it all year round. I mean, this is a color, and especially when I go up north, green pumpkin is also going to be one of the first colors I reach for, in a variation of that, you know, like green pumpkin goby or something like that, drop shotting for smallmouth. So it's just a great workhorse of a color, and that is why I keep it as the 3 primary colors that I throw on a drop shot. So those are the 3 colors. They have not done me wrong yet. They are going to work at some point in time throughout the year, and they're really, if I had to pick, you know, take a handful of baits for a drop shot, those are the colors that I would focus on anywhere around the country. So anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on my 3 favorite colors for a drop shot worm. Let me know what you think. Let me know what colors you think I missed and what colors you love to throw on your drop shot setup. And anyways, drop a comment below, and also a question below. I want more ideas for content for you guys, more video ideas. So drop any ideas you have that you want to get, or questions you want answered, in the comment section below, and I'm going to see you out on the water. Thanks for watching.